Soy tierra. I am earth. A river of unconsciousness runs horizontally across me, still, gentle, calm, slowly seeping through the complex roots of my being, making its way to my consciousness, shaking it, shaking it. A vertical crack forming, splitting me into two. This split gives birth to two lands, two identities, sordo y chicano, deaf and chicano. The split divided the river in me, depriving it of water, leaving a dry and arid land like a desert down in the middle of my body, mi cuerpo. Like a desert, longing for water, for thirst. Like a desert, a thirst for knowledge, for belonging. My soul then begins to wander down this dry land for this thirst, and I see these two large hills on opposite sides, wondering who and what is over these hills. Above one hill there lays a shining sun, and above the other one glows the moon. Then suddenly a shadow on top of the hills, a man with a polished metal armor on his horse galloped down the hill as his armor reflects the brightness of the sun. On the opposite hill, the man with gold glasses walks down the hill as the light of the moon follows the whiteness of his lab coat. These two men approach each other, screaming, exchanging words, then turn into gentle discussions. As I observe the two men, their lips moving, I stand there puzzled, and the ground begins to move in heavy vibrations. Coatlicue emerged from the ground. Our eyes made contact, and she delivered a warm smile. I, still silent, observing. The man with armor approaches me and hands me two gold hearing aids. I look at him, and he begins to speak. Unable to understand him, Coatlicue walks up silently beside me, moves her soft brown hands gently, and translates American Sign Language mixed with finger-spelled Spanish words. We give you these gold hearing aids in exchange for your lengua, cultura, your silent consent to subjugation. I step back and look towards the two hills. The subjugated people begin to collect at the top. At one hill, there stand brown people with tongues sliced, the sun drying the blood from their mouths. At the other hill, there stand people in the shadow of the moon, darkness covering their face. Gold hearing aids cap their ears along with silver chains clamped to their wrists. I shake my head in protest and rejection. The two men fell into a state of dejection, then anger. Then one man took out his sword and one man took out his chains. I took one last glance at Coatlicue and smiled. She plunged into the depths of the earth and shattered the hills, collapsing them, giving back the tongues of the brown gente, removing the chains and gold hearing aids of the faceless people. Both of these people rampaging towards the middle and destroyed these two men. The water that was in both sides of the hills began to drain its way to the middle of my body, carrying everybody and myself down this river. This overflow of water sated my thirst for knowledge of these identities, these two identities, clashing, fusing, dancing, loving and hating each other at once. Such balance that is separate yet connected, like my unconsciousness and my consciousness, separate yet connected. An ocean of truth awaits me, an ocean of truth that will one day cement these two beautiful identities. And this journey, what a beautiful journey it will be. Thank you.